Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we have breaking news, and this is massive. World Athletics, the governing body of the sport, has announced that with immediate effect, no trans women, i.e. men who think they're women or pretend to be women, will be allowed to compete in the female categories of any sport. This is massive. It is a victory for participation of women in sport. It's a victory mainly for common sense, and it's also a victory for fairness. Women's rights are at last being protected. We're going to take a look at this article. It is literally breaking news. At the time I'm making this, it's just gone 6 p.m. here in Britain, and this article has only been published about half an hour ago. I just landed on it, saw it now, and went, I've got to make a video about that. So I've run up and I am doing this straight away. This is immense, and it puts women back in control. It's a thing that we on this channel have been fighting for a long time, that women's rights must be protected, and to have men compete in women's sports is plainly and blatantly unfair. Let's go straight into this article. So, World Athletics votes to exclude transgender athletes who have transformed from male to female after puberty, as Seb Coe vows the call will protect the female category. The decision was revealed on Thursday by World Athletics President Seb Coe. Coe said the moves restrict participation of trans athletes in the sport. No one is stopping trans athletes from competing at sport. They're just saying that men can no longer compete against women because of the blatant and obvious unfair advantage. Athletes such as Caster Semenya and Christine Mboma will be affected. Anyway, this is brilliant news. This channel, like I say, has been fighting for this from day one. We think it is massively unfair that men should be allowed to compete. And it's usually inadequate men who aren't very good when competing against other men, who decide that they'll become women, just so they can get a pretty medal or two. They're sad individuals. But anyway, World Athletics has banned transgender women from competing in elite female competitions if they've gone through male puberty, the sport's governing body said on Thursday. In other words, it's not letting men compete against women. The council also voted to tighten restrictions on athletes with differences in sex development, DSD, cutting the maximum amount of plasma testosterone for athletes in half to 2.5 nanomoles per litre from 5, as though that has anything to do with it. The tighter rules will impact DSD athletes such as 2 times Olympic 800 metre champion, that man Caster Semenya, and that other man Christine Mboma, the 2020 Olympic silver medalist in the 200 metres, and Francine Niyonsaba, who finished runner-up to Semenya in the 800 at the 2016 Olympics. So, men, first and second. The World Athletics president, Seb Coe, told a news conference that the decision to exclude transgender women was based on the overarching need to protect the female category by restricting the participation of men. He added that the World Athletics would form a task force to study the issue of trans inclusion that would be chaired by a transgender athlete. It's a bit biased then if you're imposing a transgender athlete as the lead on a committee to look into transgenderism. Why not have like a forum of several people of all different types? But no. Got to be seen to be politically correct, haven't you, Seb? But at least you've taken the balls, like these men have got, to make a decision like this. Swimming's world governing body, World Aquatics, voted last June to bar transgender women from elite competition if they had experienced any part of male puberty. And that means that Leah Thomas, he won't be able to compete anymore, since he is obviously, and still is, a fully formed man. A scientific panel has found that even after reducing their testosterone levels through medication, men still have a significant advantage. And the vote passed with 71% of the national federations in favour. WA regulations around DSD previously required women competing in events between 400 metres and a mile to maintain testosterone levels below 5 nanomoles per litre. What about the 100 metres then? What about the 200 metres? Is that not counted? At the 2020 Olympics, South Africa's Semenya and Burundi's Niyonsaba were both barred from the 800 metres before turning their attention to the 5,000. Semenya failed to qualify for the Games, while Niyonsaba made the final before being disqualified for a lane violation. Yeah, you should keep in your own lane. Like, keep competing with the men. Namibia's Mbona, prevented from running the 400 metre, switched to the 200 metres and winning silver. very unfair. DSD athletes have male testes, but do not produce enough of the hormone DHT. I'm not even going to say dihydrotestosterone, because it's a hard word, that is necessary for the formation of male external genitalia. So they are men. They have male genitalia. So they are men. And that is it. Well, thank heavens for that. This is brilliant news. This protects women in sport, and it's a start. With swimming going down that line now, and now world athletics, it's only a matter of time before other sports like world rugby, which still allows women to play at certain levels, like football, basically any sport that allows men to compete against women needs to now sort of revise their rules and protect women. It is fantastic news, and it just stops this tiny minority of mentally ill people from destroying women's sports and letting men take advantage of things like college sponsorships and things like that, simply because they are better at the sport by dint of being a man and taking places and opportunities away from women. It is brilliant news. Anyway, I'm going to round off and come up, and we will celebrate this great news. So perhaps now, and going into the future, more and more sports will protect women. Women need to be safe. Women need to absolutely be safe on a field of sport when they're competing against other women. That is fair, especially in physical sports. But when you have contact sports especially, you cannot have men competing against women. Women will get hurt or far worse. So it is a move in the right direction, and we applaud World Athletics for leading the way and showing that you can make a decision if you have a spine, if you're prepared to stand up, be counted and say no, enough of this madness. We are not pandering to these mentally ill men and their rather feeble inadequacies. So well done to the World Athletics. Well done to Seb Coe, a man who has really proven himself in the field of athletics, multiple winner of many medals over several years back in the 80s. The big rivalry between Seb Coe, Steve Ovett and Steve Cram. It was a marvellous time for British athletics. So he moved on. He became the Olympic chairman for the British Olympic bid and all that, and he did very well there. And now he's triumvirate. So he's done well in athletics as a competitor. He's done well in athletics in terms of hosting the Olympics. And now he's done one of the most marvellous things in athletics that he could ever hope to do. He's levelled the playing field so that all people can compete on a fair field of sport. Well done. I shall round off now. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button straight away. Ring the bell for notification. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and enjoy sport, ladies. You're safe in it now. And bye.